Okay, so we're going to pick up where we left off. I just ran out of time. I thought I'd make it through the whole thing, but I didn't. So this is the last video for review 3A. So we just went over factoring. We went through all the types of factoring. We were down here on factoring completely, and since I had to start a new video, we can go ahead and finish this one anyway. So, all right, so we have the GCF of 5 out there, so we don't want to forget that, but I'm going to rewrite this as 10a squared plus 12ab minus 5ab minus 6b squared. So we had our factors of 12 and negative 5, so I split the 7ab into 12ab and negative 5ab. So then, let's see if we can kind of run out of space here, but out of these two, we could take a GCF of, it looks like 2a, and if we take a GCF of 2a, that would leave us with 5a plus 6b. And then out of this one right here, we could take a negative b, and if we take out a negative b, that would leave 5a plus 6b. So now we have our final answer, and again, you can always FOIL to double check. All right, now we're going to look at solving, and I put solving on here just because this way to solve is by factoring. So first thing we need to do is get the equation equal to 0. Then we're going to factor completely. Then this is where we set each one equal to 0 separately. And remember that your exponent will always tell you, the highest exponent will tell you how many solutions you should have. All right, so for example 12, so first thing we need to do is get this equal to 0. So we need to bring this 8 back over. So we'll have x squared minus 7x minus 8 equals 0. All right, now we'll factor this one completely. This is a trinomial. There's no GCF. So we are looking for two numbers that multiply to be negative 8 that would add up to negative 7. And I'm thinking negative 8 plus 1. So now that we have that, we're going to set each one equal to 0 and then solve. So here we're going to add 8 to both sides, so x is equal to 8. For this one, we would subtract 1 from both sides, so x equals negative 1. So for our answers, x could equal 8 or negative 1. All right, last example. So this one is already set equal to 0. So now we need to factor completely. I see a GCF of x, and if we take that out, that would leave us with x squared plus 4x minus 12 equals 0. This is a trinomial. We already did a GCF. There's not a leading coefficient other than 1. So we just need to split this into two factors that equal negative 12 when we multiply but add up to 4. So I'm thinking a positive 6 with a negative 2. All right, now remember the exponent tells us how many solutions. So we should have 3 solutions for this, and I see 3 x's. So that equals 0, or x plus 6 equals 0, or x minus 2 equals 0. So that one's done. This one we would subtract 6 from both sides, and on this one we would add 2 to both sides. So x could be 0, negative 6, or 2. So it could be any of those, and this problem would equal 0. All right, that takes care of Unit 3A. So you can pick up the 3A, your turn to practice, and those problems will be ones from the examples on here.